and welcome to Let's Talk Trek. Today I have no idea which button does what, as we've just done about 3 different intros. If you're wondering who we are a UK-based video webcast thing. I will eventually learn what the name of this is. Carl? What are we?
We are, I don't know, a live stream, a video podcast, a webcast, as James said. There's a plethora of possibilities.
Plethora.
Would you say I have a plethora?
What a great word.
We come on every Sunday and we natter about Star Trek. Occasionally we bring on special guests, like tonight, special guest, Chris. Woo!
Hi again, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Chris is here today. Chris, who are you? Where are you from?
Okay, so if anyone might have not seen me on before, I'm Chris Alsop, and I come from a local blog here in Lincoln called Diary of a Lincoln Geek, and I'm going to be talking to you about a Star Trek board game.
Wonderful.
Cool.
It's such a shame Richard's not here because we know Richard is a massive fan of the Star Trek board game. So
he loves board games.
Yeah,
we're getting up with them.
We do too.
We'll have him back next week.
Yeah.
Hello, April.
Evening, April.
Good day. So every week we do some set features. One of the ones that we do is we have first of all, we decide that James is a bit more fun once he's had a couple of drinks inside him. So we have a thing where he makes cocktails. Now, this is not a play on any other web show where they make cocktails. This is completely different. By the way, a big shout out this week to the Trekkie girls who we've seen finally live back.
Yeah, back online.
Yeah, good to see them back.
Lovely. We watched their show. We all enjoyed it thoroughly, which is nice. We saw Sam made the Emerald Chain, which was a cocktail. So, James, you know what it's time to do?
Yes. Punch
time
it.
for you to have a go.
Now, our regular viewer will know that I am married to the delightful present Lady Dillon. And Lady Dillon this week has got me a little late Christmas present. And she presented me with this, which I think, Dan, you reviewed separately a few months ago.
We did.
So I thought, well, as this is now arrived, I'll stop shopping around trying to find Star Trek cocktails because I've now got a whole load of them. So I'm going to use one from here. And the one that the present Lady Dillon has chosen is called Spock's Slipper. Now, the Spock Slipper, I'm going to have to weigh it down here because hardback book, not particularly easy to keep open while you're trying to mix a cocktail. For this, you will need, let's see, 1 part of Ferengi lime juice. Carl, what do we remember about Ferengi lime juice?
It's very moist.
Very moist indeed. Very, very moist planet. You're going to need
there
a cocktail shaker. As usual, I've already got the ice in there. So 1 part Ferengi lime. In she pops. Now, a slightly earth-based ingredient on this occasion. I have been to Zephram Cochrane's drinks cabinet, and I've got his tequila, which he tried to inebriate Deanna Troi with. You'll need 2 parts tequila. Earth tequila will do. But you can use another if you wish.
You're pouring that very, very liberally there, James. Are you sure it was only 2 parts tequila that you put in there?
I've got a graded jug here, I can tell. Let's pop. Pop that in.
Tell you what, I can't drink tequila anymore. I've had a very bad night on tequila and can't do it anymore.
Similar story my end.
Yeah. 1 part Metaluna meths. So let's get that in there. Ooh.
Really? That looks like Midori.
Well, if you can't get Metaluna meths, then Midori will do. Right. I'll sort that out later, right?
Spot the people who've worked in bars who can tell what it is just from the bottle.
I thought it was time we came up with a different ingredient than was green. So when I saw Sam on the Trekkie Girls mixing a green cocktail the other night, I thought, oh no, she's going to have done the one I'm going to do. But in fact, she used creme de menthe, so I was delighted to have my Midori. Anyway.
I've never heard of Midori. It's a new one on me.
It's a melon liqueur, Chris.
Ooh,
There's a very interesting episode of Friends based around it.
yeah.
It's very nice with lemonade.
Right, so let's pop that in there. I've got some ice here in my martini glass already. As you'll see, that's a sort of Lucasade isotonic shade of green. Sounds delish. Yes, and of course to garnish, cherry. Let's pop that in there.
Okay.
See what it's
Ben
like.
Blakemore, we have drunk worse in Milton Keynes. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's basically a margarita, isn't it?
Without-
I swear I can remember drinking
I'm
worse.
a big fan of margaritas, as you know.
I'll tell you what, James.
Give that a 7 out of 10. Very nice.
It's a good job you're a solicitor because you'd make a rubbish salesman. Yeah, basically a margarita, isn't it? Yeah, 7 out of 10. Move on.
I'm reviewing it. I'm not necessarily
Yeah,
trying to flog it. Well, there you go. Plenty more recipes where that came from. So we'll work our way through that.
Okay. So what was that book?
Star Trek Cocktails, a stellar compendium produced by
Okay.
our
Cool.
friends at Hero Collector.
Ooh.
Okay. Brilliant.
we say our friends. We have asked them several times for free stuff, and every time they said no. So they're not really our friends at all.
Are they doing the Enterprise D build, which of course we will review by building it for you?
We would also like a free one of those, but unfortunately, no. Again,
No, we'd like 4 free ones of those so we can all build it together.
it's true.
See who
Or
comes out.
I need more shelves if that happens.
No, it was a nice cocktail. I like that.
Good.
It is satisfactory.
Awesome. And thank you to Mrs. Dillon for buying you a book.
Lady Dillon, please.
Lady Dillon. Yeah.
Hmm.
There you go.
The current Lady Dillon.
Yes.
Have you got some sort of like Henry VIII plan, have you? Or is it?
It's a Terry
Divorced,
Wogan-
beheaded, died,
Well,
divorced, beheaded,
Lady
survived.
Wogan.
That's how you remember it, isn't it? Right. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Yes, that was cocktails.
This week's cocktail.
It is this week's cocktail. We are going to move very swiftly on to our next regular feature, which is the lovely Carl's Collectible Corner. What have we got?
Well, what we have is something very, very handy that everyone should carry with them on an away team. And it is...
Is it a flute?
It's a medical kit.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Always medical kit.
It's Dr. McCoy's 1996 Playmates medical kit. So
the original series. Excellent.
yep, it's having trouble diagnosing me. So yeah, it comes with the medical scanner, which does the sound effect. And to live up to its name of the Playmates Light and Sound, it comes with the laser scalpel with the light.
Nice.
That
That
is
reminds me of that magic eraser from that kids cartoon what used to spell out the letters.
Oh, I remember that, Chris. Oh,
Yeah.
that was like the 70s.
Yeah, back in the 70s, 80s, yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's one of those. It's a nice little kit. I remember when it very first came out, and it was, I think it was around the £25-26 mark, so about £2,500. Nowadays, if you're lucky on eBay, you can pick one up for a very similar price. However, there are a lot of these kits currently going mint in box for more than double the value of when it was new. So a lot of the mint in box in this country, anyway, are going for about 6,000 to 7,000 pence.
Yikes.
So yeah, it's not a bad investment if you've got one of the original ones, like I say, mint in box. Well, yeah, it's a lovely little piece just to have.
G. Carl, why don't you and the giant laser get a freaking room?
So what if someone's got one of those mint in the box?
Mint in the box, yeah, about
Yeah.
6,000 to 7,000 pence.
Yeah, you got to remember, Chris lives in Lincoln, so can we have it in pounds, please?
No, we only deal in pence here.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
And just be careful you don't get duped on eBay. Look at the postage, because obviously it'll come up with a lot of them saying about 3,000 to 4,000 pence, and you'll think, "Oh, I've got a great deal there," and then you'll realise there's 3,000 pence postage on it because of where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could Chris use one of these on his lovely pregnant lady wife to diagnose anything like babies?
No, but I tell you what, if you do have one of these, Chris, just when the timing's right in the old labour suite, you could sort of like really lighten the mood by,
She would absolutely kill me. She wouldn't find that funny.
Just go in waving your tricorder around.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wouldn't know what it was.
Medical tricorder.
Oh, I've got one of those back here, actually, Chris, if you need it.
I used to have one. I actually used to have one boxed, and I had it signed.
Got the medical tricorder.
Is that mine?
Huh?
Is that mine?
No, I've had this since I was about 15.
Mine's in a box somewhere. I thought it was mine.
Yeah,
There
I
are
had
functions on those, Carl. They'll install the Whizzy LEDs in your scanner.
Yeah.
Scanner. This is a TOS one, but yeah, I've seen plenty of those upgraded.
Yeah, I have as well.
Well, in this case, James, don't you have a fancy tricorder?
Do I what? Sorry.
You've got a fancy tricorder, do you not?
Well, I thought perhaps we could use my fancy tricorder for an episode of Collectable Corner one week.
Oh, we'll do that then.
When the pubs do eventually reopen, there's bound to be an evening where I have to work.
Yeah.
So, Carl, obviously you've showed us something from your collection. What happens if somebody who's watching thinks, "Oh, I've got a collectible as well"?
Well, what they need to do is look at the bottom of their screen and they'll see an outstanding email address that they should send pictures of said collectible to. And I shall do my very best to research into it and feature it the following week.
Bigboysinboots.com.
No, the other one, James. Not the one that you've got on a post-it note at the bottom of your screen, the one scrolling across the screen.
James has obviously been distracted by the flashing lights on his keyboard.
Oh, yes. Look at them.
He's brandishing an RGB keyboard.
It is the most off-putting keyboard in the world. Seriously, if I owned it, no work would ever get done. It'd be like a cat chasing a laser pen. So, what we're going to do quickly is have a look at this week's
Do you
news.
want to know if I have that, Carl?
Oh, go on. Have you got that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it in the attic?
It's kind of a foregone conclusion now.
It's not in its box. I
No,
may
neither
have
mine.
but yeah.
Have you got one as well, Chris?
Got one. What? Sorry.
Do you have one of Carl's medical kits?
No, I don't have one of Carl's medical kits. I used to have a tricorder a long time ago that was still in the original box and signed by Alexander Siddig and the doctor from Voyager, so Rob Picardo. But it went missing in a move, which I was very annoyed about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Mind you, don't lose hope, Chris, because something of mine went missing in a move, and I found it the other week, didn't I? My Steel Tech Enterprise. I've not seen that thing for years, and it showed up.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go on with our first bit of news today. So we have got some relevant Trek news. So we're going to do this one. This is the news that Patrick Stewart has had the corona jab, which is obviously very important. If you are offered a corona jab, you should probably take it. Lads, explain the benefits of why this is a good thing.
He's a national treasure.
He'll be able to start filming season 2 pretty much on schedule.
Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Carry on talking.
I mean, on the positive sides, I think that being vaccinated against a potentially lethal respiratory disease can only be seen as a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
However, I recognise there are some people who hold the contrary view, and of course they are entitled to have that view. And when they find that businesses such as, for example, Saga Holidays this week has announced, if you're not vaccinated, you're not coming on our ships because we're not risking it, they may find they are barred entry to all sorts of things. So, that is, make of that what you will. But I wouldn't mind getting back to normal.
Exactly. I'm a believer in it. Take it.
I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, absolutely. I mean, my life hint there, by the way, boys and girls, is when you're moderating a Star Trek show, it always helps to make sure that the batteries in your wireless mouse are not on 0%, because suddenly your mouse will stop working. Megan says, had my first dose a few weeks ago. I'm a student nurse on placement in the hospital.
Megan, which one did you get? Which of the three? Let us know.
Yeah, there's several variants.
And when are you due to get your next one? Because there's a controversy, isn't there, about the delay between having it within 3 weeks and having it within 12 weeks, and various scientists saying, well, it's better that a large swathe of people have some protection rather than that a small group of people have all the protection.
Yeah.
The Pfizer one.
Pfizer. Oh, right, okay. Wasn't that the first one of Pfizer?
Pfizer Biotech.
Yes, invented in Germany.
Yes, indeed. I've been told I'll be getting mine in the next couple of weeks. So
that's good.
Excited about that. And for those asking, it's not because I'm old. It is because I fall into one of the other categories. So moving swiftly on. Next piece of news is, Carl, what's this?
That is a picture of Catherine Janeway next to the new Prodigy logo.
It's also a picture of Kate Mulgrew next to the new Prodigy logo. They are one and the same.
Absolutely. I believe this is, hasn't she said that she's completed all her work for season 1 of Prodigy and is not far off starting season 2 recording. And I believe Prodigy is scheduled to be out in April.
Oh, is it?
What I've heard.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was within the tweets that this emerged on about her starting work on season 2. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think it might be slated for April.
It's an animated one, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it about a group of teenagers that find a stray starship and go off looking for adventure or something?
She's an admiral in it, obviously.
Clearly. Now, I've not heard much about this one myself. So I'll be intrigued to see what goes on in it, but I don't know that massive amount.
Don't forget, if you are watching us and joining us from the United Kingdom this week, you are either watching us live or on replay, which we know a lot of people do watch us on replay. Lower Decks is on Amazon. You can watch that on Amazon.
Yeah.
And there is, if you have not got Amazon Prime for any reason whatsoever, we will put a link onto Trekkie's Guide this week where you can have a free month of subscription on us. So you can watch as much Lower Decks as you want for the next month, free of charge, and order some freebies as well off the website. Let's have a look. Megan should be on the show. She's more than all of us. She mentioned in a one-to-one video call as part of Galaxy Con, it was shared online. And yes, Prodigy is animated. So yeah,
I think that is.
Hopefully it's Lower Decks, unless Megan's got like a special creep into a freebie. So have we all watched Lower Decks yet? What do we think?
I like Lower Decks. It's terribly good fun.
Yeah, I think it's nice and light-hearted.
I watched the pilot episode a couple of weeks ago when they did that free episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then of course it's now out on Prime, so I'll be watching the remaining episodes. But the first episode, the pilot, was actually really funny. So
and to be fair, they're sticking to the sort of like traditional format as well. As condensed as it is, they are sticking to sort of like the legacy format of the way they've done the episodes. You know, there's an A plot, there's a B plot. There seems to be a monster of the week. It's either going to be planet or space. You know, I've watched. I think it's the first 3 of them now. And it does definitely stick to the older format that we're more used to.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Right, next up, James, what is this?
Now, some of you will be familiar with the original series episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. I was going to call it the DS9 one there, where Kirk stands under the hatch and all the Tribbles land on him. And this week, something has gone utterly viral around the world, and it's Bernie Sanders, who is, as I understand it, a politician with our friends across the pond in North America. And he was seen at the inauguration of their new president dressed like this. And just my Facebook feed has been absolutely rammed with pictures of this man in every conceivable situation. I just happen to like this one. I picked this one at random because next week it'll all be over and no one will remember it. But there you go. Kirk covered in baby Sanders. I don't know why people think it's so funny, but
talking of the inauguration, there was a couple of Star Trek references made in the inauguration. There was a scene, I'm not sure if you saw it, with the guy that plays Stamets in Discovery.
Oh yeah,
Anthony Rapp was in a montage singing along to from the film Rent, or the musical, which was very nice. And there was another one, was it not, Carl? Some of
was the cello wasn't it?
Shall we have a look at that?
Play the video of Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma. Let's do this.
Families and communities. But in the midst of devastation and loss, there were moments when a flickering light pointed us toward a brighter future. You brought us comfort. You sustained us. And so that light grew and became a bright beam in the universe. This is for all of you who found new ways for us to smile together.
Anyway, he goes into Amazing Grace.
Well, there's a connection there, isn't there? Because Amazing Grace is played by Scotty as they fire Spock's torpedo coffin to the Genesis planet. It sounded to me, as I first heard that, as though that was the TNG theme about to sort of follow on from TOS.
Yeah, it's definitely got that intro riff, doesn't it?
But yes, they snuck that in. That was lovely.
Nice little tribute.
Talking about hope.
Yes. So that's our bits from the news this week. So next up, we're going to have a new feature. This one should have some theme music and an intro slide, but it hasn't. So we're just going to ask Games with Chris. Games with Chris. Games with Chris. So let's put Chris in the... Come on, Chris. Let's play. What have you got for us this week? I'll put some slides on.
Okay, so for anyone who is into board games or not so much into board games, there is a Star Trek Catan. It's been out for a few years, but it's obviously a lovely skin on top of what is a popular board game that's out there. It's been out for about 25 years. Have any of you guys ever played Catan?
I've not, no.
Once. Well, this obviously puts a nice Star Trek theme over like I say, this 25-year-old classic. The game's won 4 awards over the last since its lifespan, so it's done very well. The theme of Star Trek's applied to it really nicely. It has multiple elements, are really nicely kind of put together. The tiles that get placed out on the board are really quite nice. They've obviously really transferred the IP and the style across really nicely. It plays just like Catan. But of course, if you haven't played Catan, it is basically an exploration and resource management game with worker placement. I can see Tim as really wanted to play it. So if you've not played Catan and you like board games and you're really into your Star Trek, then you'll probably really like the theme. I myself, I've got the original game. I didn't really feel that when I played this that it was just more of the same in my own opinion. But anyone who just likes Star Trek and hasn't got it, it's a great introduction to the franchise of Settlers of Catan. Because, like I say, it's got that nice, cool Star Trek theme on it. One thing that is very different to the base game is it has character abilities and special abilities that you can be done that kind of bolster the game. So you've got Kirk, McCoy, and all your kind of favorite, the original series characters.
Can we all just take a moment to impersonate McCoy because he's the best?
For God's sakes, Jim!
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a insert.
Yeah, how many players is it for, Chris?
So if I remember correctly, it's up to 6 players. I may be wrong. No, I think the base game's up to 4 players. It's the original that they can play up to more. So you get 4 in here. So
I know what I did the other day, just because of the subject of board games, me and my sister and nieces, etc., we all decided to play remotely, similar to this, via cameras, a game of Monopoly against each other. So we both just got our boards out, sort of thing, and played it like that. Do you reckon this would suit that sort of format? Because a lot of people are, searching for stuff to do in lockdown.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is some of the things that we've been doing on our blog, and some of the things I've been doing with my group of friends. Catan may play well over remote connection, maybe over Zoom or something like that. But because it's there's a degree of trading, it may or may not work, because you can trade amongst players, because one of the main elements of the game is resource management. So it may or may not tend to play so well, but you could probably do a few house rules to allow it to work.
Oh, cool.
So do you have a place we should be probably buying this from, Chris?
Right, well, you can actually buy this direct from the company that make it. Trying to remember the name of the designer. It's Klaus Tuber. So you can actually check out their official website. You can Google it, Settlers of Catan, or you can even actually read the review that we've got on our website, which is on Diary of a Lincoln Geek. The review's live, and there's all sorts of links to useful bits where you can buy it.
And we'll, of course, be linking over to Chris's page after the show. So make sure you check out Trekkies Guide and Riker's Beard, where we'll put some links up to Diary of a Lincoln Geek, where you can watch the Catan review. That's going to be coming up. Now, when I actually checked for this to get the images, there was another Catan, something, the Federation one. Is that something else that relates to this? Is this an add-on or...?
I've not actually played it, so I can't really say. But I would guess that it's either an add-on or a standalone. What I can do is I can find out, and I can have a chat with you maybe in future with it about it.
Wonderful. Now, Maria says the best place to go and buy it from is Catan.com.
Yep, there you go. So you can get it from Catan.com. But there's lots of expansions and lots of different variants. But if you like Star Trek, you'll like this one.
Don't forget, if you're watching us and you're enjoying the show, make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like and all of that good stuff, because we would love that.
Sorry, James, what was that?
I was just going to ask Chris, as an expert on board games, and I haven't played any in years, but sort of the state of the art, is it moving towards lots of options where you can play board games online with people, as we can't now mix with one another?
Yeah, I mean, you can actually get electronic versions of a lot of board games now through Steam. So you can actually play remotely through friends. So if you've got Steam computer gaming accounts, there's board games that you can play that are real electronic versions of actual real board games. So the technology is there. And you also have an app that you can download through there called Tabletop Simulator, where you can actually play real versions of games where companies haven't made electronic versions. So there's lots of cool stuff out there that you can do, particularly in the current lockdown situation, because of course we're not allowed to go around and socialize with our friends, which we normally do with a real board game.
Precisely.
Nice. Maria also says that the expansion is called Federation Space, which is the word I was looking for. So, yes, fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to seeing your review on that. And like I say, we'll post that into our various pages at the end of the show. Right, moving on. There is something coming up this week. If you are feeling bored and you don't have Star Trek Catan to be playing with at home and you want to play something online, then Tuesday this week is the return of, let's have a look, the 2020 Entertainment Quiz of the Year on the London Film and Comic-Con page at 8 p.m. You may know the host, it's me. It'll be 40 questions on all things from entertainment in the year 2020. There will be prizes to be won, all that good stuff. Make sure you click in and join the quiz, okay? Showmasters is, of course, not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with us. I just happen to do their quizzes. So, and give them a bit of free advertising. So there we go. That's that one. Over to the comments. Alan says, the board gaming group I run now meets online. Alan, meet Chris. Chris, meet Alan. There we go.
Hi, Alan.
There's some synergy there.
Yep.
I mean, Star Trek's got quite a history of board games, hasn't it? I mean, there's been several throughout the years. I mean, Carl, you flashed one at camera a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, the interactive video.
Yeah, and was there another one that you also got?
Well, I've got a few. I've got the interactive video board game. I've got one that's just literally called Star Trek, the board game, and then there's Star Trek: The Next Generation board game. There's obviously the Star Trek Monopolies.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I had the Phaser Star Trek role-playing game.
Okay, that's not one I've heard of. Okay, that sounds cool.
Well, it was basically Dungeons and Dragons, which I've never played, but in a Star Trek format. So, yeah.
That's the fucking screen.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I had the
Role-playing
original
game.
series version of that, but yeah, it's basically the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played this. It's a very lovely looking book with lots of pictures, but I've never got.
Megan, we created a Riker's Beard version of Cards Against Riker's Beard. It was tremendously good fun. It's available for download. You know.
Oh, okay, cool. Where can I download that?
Oh God, I can't remember. I'll have to get IT onto it.
It's on the I think it's in the Riker's Beard group, and it's under the file section, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a free download. You can have it. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
So I mean, yes, that's the end of the news and the board game section, which we've enjoyed, and we will have Chris on to review more board games. Maybe we'll get him to chat about some of the older Star Trek board games. And are video games your thing, Chris?
I like video games as well. Yeah.
How many of the old Star Trek video games do you remember?
Oh, Bridge Commander. That was a really good game. There was a really ancient one. It was a while ago since it was the original TNG one, I think, if I remember correctly. But of course, I also play Star Trek Online. So.
Yes, and of course, Richard is our Star Trek Online.
Yeah, I think that was the one. Yes.
So that one
just flashed on the
This is a
screen.
multi-pack one. So we've got the Starfleet Academy. We've got the.
I love that one. You got told off all the time for getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, you did. Yeah. That's quite a collection. That's a nice set. That.
I mean, there was some great video games. Elite Force was a brilliant game.
Oh yeah, Elite Force
was excellent. Yeah, I love that.
Was that like 2005? I want to say.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And there was the direct follow-on from that, where it used the same game engine and very similar gameplay, was the Klingon one, wasn't there? It was a lot harder to play.
Good question. I don't know about that one.
Was Christopher Plummer in it, or
yes,
no,
I think he was.
Yes, Christopher Plummer. Who played,
I think he was in it.
General.
General
What's his name?
General
The
Chang.
guy who's quoting Shakespeare at Kirk.
Yeah, General Chang.
Yes, General Chang. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I have
And unleash the dogs of war.
The game that I played for ages, and I always got stuck at the same place, was a Final Unity. That was one of the original, one of the TNG games.
But I remember that one as well. Yeah.
So one I always enjoyed as well, which was a strategy one, was Birth of the Federation on PC. That was good. I enjoyed that.
That was a Windows 95 game.
Yeah. Oh, it's ancient. It's ancient. I loved it.
Look what you've started, Chris. Look what you've started.
It's kind of like the Catan thing there. If it's resources based, Birth of the Federation was very similar to that.
Yeah. I think it was.
Ben says there was a DS9 PC game many years ago. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember playing as Worf.
I had that one. I know which one you mean.
Good question.
Megan says she's been playing Star Trek Timelines a lot recently.
Oh, that's the mobile phone platform game, isn't it? Yeah.
So
It's available on Android and Apple, I believe.
See, this is what we'll have. We'll have Chris come in as Games Master every so often. We'll invite him across. But as of very soon, Chris will be very busy with a newborn. So if you can think of something newborn in Star Trek, which you're probably getting for Chris as a sort of well having a baby present, fire it across. And we all.
What's that DS9 game, The Fallen?
Ooh.
DS9 The Fallen.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
I'm cheating. I've just looked it up on Google on my other
All
screen.
right.
Cheat.
As soon as it came up, I recognised it, so it'll count.
Well, my present, my lovely wife, bless her, can hear you. So thank you very much for the nice sentiments.
He didn't mean present at all, lovely wife. Okay.
I expect much more now.
If you're watching a feed and you watch a shoe fly past and hit Chris, you know what happened.
Who throws a shoe?
No, I
Honestly.
expect a triple to come flying at me. She hates it.
Really hurt.
Right, let's have a look. We've got Dave Thompson says he loved Birth of Federation. Tim said Harbinger was another game.
Oh yeah, DS9 Harbinger.
And Cindy says, have we played Klingon Monopoly? She really wants it.
No,
Does she not mean, have you not played Monopoly in the original Klingon?
It's better in the original Klingon.
Is it in Klingon? Do you have to speak it in Klingon?
God, can you?
It can't be any worse than the Star Trek VHS game. Yes, Captain Kovac. Yeah.
What would their interpretation of chance and community chest be, do you think?
I dread to know. Chest burster or something.
Yeah.
Spin the blood.
Don't go to jail. You have no honor. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not pass Stovercore. Do not collect 200.
You do not pass Stovercore. I like that. Yeah, we already have like 6 versions of the Monopoly. I don't need another one. Including the Lincoln version.
There's a Lincoln version?
Yeah, there is. There's a Lincoln version. So if anyone who knows some of the landmarks of Lincoln, like Steep Hill and the famous Brown's Pie Shop, they're all featured in it. Oak's Cafe Coffee Shop, yeah.
Pie shop.
I used to actually work in Lincoln many years ago. So
Yeah, Brown's Pie Shop is amazing, and I look forward to being open again.
Honor and battle trophy, said Megan. Possibly. So let's have a look.
About Klingons, just generally, is there such an honor-bound race and they love combat? It's never really squared with me that they hide behind a cloaking device and attack you. So, where's the honor in that? Sneaking up on someone and stabbing them in the back. Go on, if you want to fight, go on face to face.
Yeah, I always thought the Jem'Hadar were much better at fighting, personally.
Well, as was demonstrated in the episode where Worf is stuck in an internment camp.
Yeah, and he just keeps
eaten by the Jem'Hadar daily.
Well, in all fairness to Worf, he won 7 matches before one of the Jem'Hadar managed to put him down.
Yeah, and then that Jem'Hadar was like twice his size.
Yeah.
One of them did get to borrow Martok's eye forever,
Yeah. And to be fair, Worf, out of all that, he was going to get a song about himself written. So
yeah,
well true. Worth it. Well worth every scar.
Well, yes, indeed. Right, so let's progress. Watch James's excited face when I press this button.
One of the best things about this show is our theme tunes, and watch out! I've got a doozy coming up for another feature in the near future.
Cool.
So what have I found on the internet that's amused me today? Well, this is from the episode A Piece of the Action. Roll VT.
Captain, a most curious development on scanner 5-7.
Let's all take a look at it, Mr. Spock.
Screen on, Captain.
Captain? What in the name of... Chekhov, take us out of orbit, warp factor 2, and hurry.
Oh my god!
Brilliant.
I actually got my wife up out of her seat to come round the screen to watch it.
Yeah, we saw her. We saw her.
We all saw her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if people remember Rick rolling, which was very big about 15 years ago, but every so often it comes back round.
All the great things do.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I do love a good Rick roll. So that's this week's little treat for you.
yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we should start the trend again, back up on TikTok.
Oh, that's for youths, isn't it? TikTok.
Maybe.
Very American. It's Rick Astley is as British as you can get.
Yeah. There's a few disgruntled people. They're going to be stuck in their head now. There you go, guys.
All night.
Absolutely.
all week.
What were those earworms that went in the ears in Wrath of Khan?
Oh, the SETI eel.
The SETI
That's
eel.
it. Thank you. Yes, it's the SETI eel.
Rick
Oh,
rolling
Tish
is
Pshaw,
amazing.
Alan. Tish Pshaw.
Obviously, like I say, we are very pleased this week that we have seen the Trekkie Girls back. We enjoyed their show on Friday, which is great. There is also let's give some other people a plug. There is the Live with David and Will show from FCD Events on a Saturday. And there is upcoming in a couple of weeks' time, SF Ball Live, which is free to watch. It's on their website. You can, on their Facebook page, you can watch an SF Ball special in a couple of weeks. We're looking forward to watching that as well.
Absolutely gutted that there's no ball this year. Of course, Dan's one of my favourite things of the whole year, and obvious reasons why we can't do it. But it's great they're putting something on.
Have you and the lady wife done the ball, Chris?
No, so the last time I went to the Starfleet ball, my current wife wasn't with me, so we went together. So she's not the kind of thing she'd come with me to go do. But yeah,
lady wife, I will give you some advice from someone else who's got a lady wife that really isn't really that massively into it. She goes off to the spa and sits and plays in the spa all day, and in the jacuzzi and all the rest of it, while I do the ball, and that's sort of how it works.
There you go. Yeah, she says
disembodied voice.
Yes. Yeah. So she's just on the other side of the screen, guys. So that's literally opposite.
So, Carl, would you like to trial our exciting thing for next week?
Our exciting thing for next week.
So exciting, Carl has forgotten that our special exclusive interview we're doing this week.
Is it our feature on dementia, Carl? Is it?
Sorry?
Is it our feature on dementia?
Possibly. Now, when you say a new special feature, you kind of need to be a little bit more sort of like precise there. It could be anything out of the plethora of things that we have in mind that we're going to be doing.
Plethora.
Now, some very exciting news, folks. Our regular viewer will know that a few months back, we did mention when Star Trek Picard The Dark Veil was first announced, that we were trying to secure an interview with its author, James Swallow. Well, exciting news. We have secured said interview with the author of The Dark Veil, James Swallow, and he will be joining us in a very, very exclusive event when we record our interview with him on Friday afternoon coming. So expect to see that popping up on all the Facebook pages, YouTube feeds, here, there, and everywhere, because we're very excited about having the opportunity to do that.
And if you'd like to ask via us a question to Mr. James Swallow, feel free to put it into the comments or to message us. He's written lots of Star Trek stuff, Discovery and Picard and Voyager.
Let's see, he's written a couple of the Titan books. He's written a Discovery book. He wrote 2 scripts for Star Trek Voyager for episodes. So yeah, a guy with plenty of experience.
Absolutely.
The only problem for me is I've got to finish the book by next Friday.
Audiobook, James. Just leave it on while you're working.
Fortunately, I've already finished it, and it's a fabulous book.
I'm reading it as fast as I can. Yeah.
do it as an audiobook and just leave it on while you're working.
I can't do that. Most of the time I'm working, people are on the phone to me.
You just smart speaker.
Telling me lies about why they're going to breach court orders.
You strike me as like
it
Jim
was not
Carrey
a
out of
house
Why
party I
Alive.
was at. I'm sorry, it was a mass religious gathering. Yeah.
You strike me as like Jim Carrey out of Liar Liar when the guy rings him up for advice and you just go, "Stop breaking the law."
If you do break the law, don't get caught.
And there we go, boys and girls. Advice off a real solicitor. Break the law, just don't get
Free
caught.
advice off a real solicitor.
And like free advice, worth what you paid for it.
You're nearly as good. You're nearly as good as our good friend Jason Isaacs, which is if you're on a film set and it's not nailed down, steal it. Which is exact words.
Yeah, I think I heard Robert Duncan McNeil once say that to me.
We should totally see if Jason Isaacs would come on our show because we're something he would do.
Oh yeah, should definitely reach out to him.
Plethora.
I have a plethora of pinatas.
Right. So yes, we're saying a big thank you to all the other shows that are on, because you know what? The more Star Trek is out in the world, the more there is people like us and other people that are having web chats and shows, and people are talking about it, which is amazing. We love that thing, and at the moment, it's what we need. We would like to start winding up now, so we're going to say a very big thank you to Carl from Tricky Skies to Galaxy. Big thank you to James, and a massive special thank you to our special guest, Chris, the Games Master, who we'll have back again to review more games. We might even give him a retro one to do some research on. Don't forget, check out Chris's blog. We're going to put a link up to that later on when it's all published and all done like that. And if you've got questions for James Swallow, we want to know what it is, preferably by Thursday so we can prep.
It's a kind of interrogative statement used to test knowledge, Dan.
Yes. Thank you. Right, that's it for tonight, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching from all of us. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me again.
Bye.
Take care.